Hello and welcome back to Hardworking Man. First off, happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. We're releasing this on Father's Day. We just got back from a baseball tournament and we've got a video that we want to get out there. This is going to be our last video on Hardworking Man where we're going to highlight or look into a zero-turn mower before we show you what we decided to buy. Is it this mower? It very well could be. We're also going to talk about why a zero turn versus a stander, why a stander might fit your life better, even as a homeowner, not as a commercial mower. There's some benefits I never really thought about or realized until I got to talk with a Wright representative. Well, we were there in Ohio checking out the Yakta mowers, and I was looking at the Wright. A gentleman came up to me, Aaron, and he was like, "Hey, I'm the rep for Wright in Western Ohio. Is there anything I can answer for you or anything?" So we got to talking and we said, he was showing us some stuff about the Wright ZXT. And I was like, you know what, why don't we do a video so you can share this with everybody? Because he had a lot of cool information, some stuff that I never knew and that a lot of you probably didn't know. So if you're interested in Wright mowers, which are very highly recommended through all the comments in our mower videos, or if you're like, why would I want a stander instead of a zero turn? You're not gonna wanna miss this video. We apologize once again in this video. The audio quality is quite poor. We are in a live business location. There are customers coming in and going. There are people talking in the background, and the acoustics inside this building aren't very good. But the information is great. So you might want to watch this video, even though the audio is not very good, just to learn about some of the differences between Wright mowers and others, between standers and zero turns, and just things to consider when you're mower shopping. Like I said, this is our last in-depth look into lawn mowers before we release what we decided to buy here at Hardworking Man, and then we're gonna show you how we're using it, how it cuts, what it can and can't do. We're gonna share all that with you. And we're gonna bring you along as we try to turn our country, weedy, not nice lawn into a beautiful masterpiece. So you're not gonna wanna miss it. Make sure to subscribe to Hardworking Man, hit the bell icon, hit the thumbs up, drop a comment down below. So thanks for watching, check this out, and let us know what you think. All right, so while we were here checking out this Wright mower and showing you some of the features we really like, Aaron walked in. And Aaron is the Wright rep for Eastern Ohio. No. Western Ohio. Yeah. Western Ohio. We're close, so that's why I messed that up. But so he was telling us some of the features that we didn't realize, and I said, you know what? This would probably be a lot better if you just highlighted some of the key features, because Wright was one of the very highly recommended mowers, but they weren't quite as popular as some of the other brands. We're gonna let Aaron highlight some of the features on this, and let me tell you, it is an awesome looking mower. So Aaron, let them know some of the key features that set this apart and what makes it so nice. Yeah. And the fact that I also learned that Wright is a family-owned business, owned by the Wright family, which, as you know, that's something I value. I like when you can get a hold of a company, get a hold of a family, and they still have pride in their products. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Heath, for that opportunity. We're at Michael Lawn and Ag here in Sydney, Ohio, just right down 75. Easy to get to, right up the highway. Sydney is booming, and this town is just growing rapidly right now. Like you mentioned, it is owned by the Wright family. Ed Wright is the CEO of the company. Him and his brother still run the company there in Frederick, Maryland. But taking us to the ZXT, this is the top of the line that
this thing, we checked it out, and you don't know what we're getting yet. So it could be this one, you don't know, but we're gonna highlight it. So this is awesome, I can tell you that much.
When we come to the deck, it's made out of 7/8 steel. When we look at this, Ed's an engineer by trade, and he's very articulate with what he does in the manufacturing business. So when we look at all the stamping here, you have a bunch of different holes. That's because he wants you to be able to see coming up and doing less trimming. So if you can get all the way up to the front here, because you can see against like the phone poles or mailboxes, anything like that.
As you saw in some of our videos where we're showing the difference between a zero turn with no suspension moving up to full suspension, this has the suspension platform and seat, and he's going to talk a little bit about how that works together to make this thing super comfortable.
Yeah, so it has a nice plush seat already. So that's going to offer you about 3 inches of travel just on the seat alone. In my personal opinion, it's got the weight dial that is very supportive for whoever, you know, small to large, if you need to get on there. You also have the hand or the armrests are dialed in where you can go a little bit higher or a little bit lower for more comfortability. Okay. When we go to the controllers as well, it's an easy twist of the knob here, and it's gear tooth on these to where you can adjust it to where it's more comfortable for you. But taking it to the suspension, the way to show that the best way is to get underneath. Go ahead. So in looking down at the shock and the platform suspension, to me, I believe it's the best platform suspension on the market. So everything just floats together. As you see, even the hand controls are floating with this platform suspension. So you have the ability to loosen it or go a little bit lighter weight, and then also be able to go a little bit stiffer if you have somebody that is a little bit heavier. You have these rubber dampeners down here at the bottom that wouldn't allow you to bottom out at any point. Everything's nice and open, so you can get to the battery as well if you would ever need to do an extra charge or anything like that.
One thing that we've learned, and if you didn't know, the difference between cut quality can change between the type of suspension. So with the platform, the deck never moves. Where with some of the different ones with the frame suspension, like the Ferris and so on, you can have that affect your cut quality. They still do a great cut, but if you're looking for the most perfect, that can be something that you need to consider. All right, one thing I noticed about this Wright is this tire. It may be the widest tire I've seen on any zero turn. And that means something, because like I've mentioned, in Michigan, every spring you drive around and there's zero turns stuck in every yard. They're sinking in the mud, and I have to believe with this wider tire, it's gonna sink less, it's gonna give you more traction, and even though we don't have to deal with it or worry about it, I know a lot of people are concerned with how they function on hills. So why don't you let us, like, how do these, your feedback, the wider tire, how do they work in the little bit wetter, softer grass as well as the hills?
Yeah, so the hill stability and also in the wetter and softer grass. So we're running 26 14 by 12 inch tires here. So we just believe that, especially on a 72 inch deck, that's going to give you a lot better stability all over.
And that makes sense. And I'm surprised that more companies don't have a wider, more substantial tire.
Sure. So coming here to the dash, we just show that this is our PTO clutch. This is your key to come on and off, obviously. And then this is your ETC, which is electronic throttle control. So no cables anymore for whenever you're turning up the RPMs. Obviously, we sport the American flag as it's built right there in Frederick, Maryland. One other thing that we did not mention just yet is that this mower is sporting 15.5 gallons of fuel, and it is the largest in the industry.
Another thing about Wright is that they are leading in the industry in the standers, which these are becoming more and more popular, not just with commercial units, but with homeowners, because they do offer some different benefits versus a zero turn. So they have everything from small little standers that you can get into backyards to wide 72 inch cut. So just let us know a little bit about the Wright standers, and then I just want to thank you for taking the time to share this stuff with us. It was nice to get to meet you in here and learn more about the Wrights from somebody who knows arguably as much about them as anybody.
Yeah, I appreciate the opportunity. It's very nice to meet you all. Yeah, they've been in the leading industry for over 25 years now. Started in the stand-on business, and that's where they've just continued to thrive each and every year. Ed just continues to grow the business year in, year out. But yeah, we go all the way from 32 inches all the way up to 72 inches. For me, I personally love a stand-on because I drive a lot in the truck, so I like to be able to stand. I'm a little bit more comfortable in that. I'm also a lot more efficient. You also got to think about garage space. A lot of people are thinking about that. It's also less money. So something just keep in mind as you guys go purchase a new mower this year. There's a lot of opportunities out there, and the stand-on is a great benefit.
And another thing that I didn't think of until my buddy, who does a lot of excavation work, and he always rents the mini excavators. And if you have kids, you know that my kids literally go out into the garage, get every ball they can find, and throw it out in the yard. I pick them up, I put them in the garage, they go get them, and throw them back in the yard. They don't even play with them. But if you're on this, and there's a ball in the way, or a stick, or whatever it is, you simply shut the PTO off, hop off, get it out of the way, back on, PTO, and you're mowing again. Where, with a zero turn, you either be lazy and try to hit it and knock it out of the way. Or you have to set the brake, you have to disengage the PTO, you have to get up off the mower, you have to climb down, you have to get the ball and throw it, get back in. Like you can see, it's a lot more work than just hopping off a stander. So if your kids are like mine and they love getting everything they can in the way, maybe a stander is the best option. So what do you guys think? Did you learn anything about Wright Mowers? There was some stuff I learned. Thank you, Aaron, for taking the time out to talk about some of these options and features, to talk about the company, the business, and the family behind the business. And thank you for helping to, I guess, break down some of the differences between standers and zero turns. Is a stander right for you? It very well could be. Make sure to stay tuned to Hardworking Man. Don't miss an episode because, like I said, our next lawn mowing video, unless it's with the Luba showing what that thing can do, is going to be sharing with you what mower we decided to buy after all of our research, all of our dealer visits. We went down to Ohio, we went to several dealerships in Michigan. We looked at a lot of mowers that we didn't put all on the channel because we just didn't get footage everywhere we went, but we learned a ton. Hopefully we helped others learn a ton, and I think we got an awesome mower. You're gonna have to let us know what you think in an upcoming video when we debut the brand new Hardworking Man lawn mower. And then we're gonna put it to the test. We're gonna compare it to other mowers. We're gonna go to other people's properties and mow and see what these things can do, how it compares to other brands, and hopefully it can help you make a better decision on what's right for you when you're mower shopping. Thanks for watching Hardworking Man, guys. Have a great day. So you might want to don't miss the next episode.